Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to another video on the Ludico Arms channel. Today we have an Enfield No. 1 Mark III. This thing was sent to me by a customer to be refurbished, and it's in pretty rough shape. So right off the bat we can see that every inch of this wood is oil soaked. We've got a lot of gouges and such, which, you know, that's typical for an Enfield this old. But the real problems come when you start looking closer. So right off the bat we can see that this band screw is the wrong screw. Somebody stuck it in there, stripped it out, and then hammered it over. So this band is loose. Upper hand guard cracked as usual. So that's got to be fixed. The smaller upper hand guard is also cracked right here and here. Got a big crack in the stock here. And I noticed that the action is loose in the stock. You can see, if you look right here, you can see it moving. So that's going to have to be taken up. And also this butt stock is extremely loose in its socket. The whole gun is covered in filth and cosmoline. It does actually operate though, so there is that. But yeah, it's definitely led a rough life. So this is kind of a before video. He wants this thing cleaned up and fixed, and he did send along with it, he sent a extra butt stock. So we'll fit that up and see if it's a better fit. We'll clean off this mess on the stock, see if that's a better fit to the socket than the one that's on there. Whichever one fits the best is the one we'll use. So what we're probably going to end up doing is cleaning all this wood up, which will take a good while because there's quite a bit of oil soak and cosmoline soak in it. Clean up all the metal, give it a good cleaning and boiling, and go from there. She's definitely seen a lot of time. This is dated, I can't even read the date on it. Let's see here. It's got quite a bit of little pins in it too, so looks like 1918. Hard to read, it's pretty worn. But nonetheless, we'll clean it up, do what we can with it. Once we get all this oil out of the wood, we'll be able to assess it a little better, but it is, man, it is filthy. It has led a rough life for sure. So that's that. We'll get this thing done over some time, and then we'll show you the final result. I do know this stock has the disc, which the replacement one does not, so Maybe we'll see if we can save this. I don't know. It's pretty dang loose, but we'll see. Alright, so that's it for this video, or this part of this video, this introduction. And we'll bring you back once we've got a plan. So we'll see you then. Alright, y'all. Good morning. So I've been steadily working on this Enfield here. Finally got most of the oil out of this stock, and we got a couple of cracks to repair on it, namely right here. There's a big crack right there, so we're going to repair that, and then we'll refinish it. This upper handguard, got all the oil out of it, and it's got a real bad crack right here. You can see if I can get the light on that where you can see it. See that crack right there? Oh yeah. So we're gonna have to repair that. And then in here we've got, I managed to locate a new buttstock for it, and it is done drying. All the oil is out of it, so we'll be able to get it fixed up. And then we've still got the short upper handguard, and it's still, you can see it's still bleeding oil out pretty good, so we'll have to continue on with heating the oil out of it and cleaning it. So basically what that boils down to is you just heat it up and you wipe all that oil off of it. Inside and out. And you just keep doing that, and eventually all that cosmoline and old gun oil will make its way to the surface. And once it does, and it quits oozing out all the time, then you'll be able to check it, fix the cracks in it, and then refinish it. So that's where we're at on that, and we'll just keep going with that until we get to the point where we can repair all the cracks in it. So we're doing, on this, we're doing a preservation, which is repairing all the cracks, repairing it so that it can be fired, and then cleaning, refinishing the wood, and then cleaning all the metal, and getting rid of any rust, and oiling it up. So it's a long drawn out process, especially for one of these old ones that's been soaked in cosmoline. It takes forever to get all the cosmoline out. But we're making progress. So next time we bring you back, we'll be trying to repair some cracks and getting some metal ready. Good morning, y'all. Back on this Enfield. You can see we've got the wood sitting here ready. It's all been re-oiled after repairing all the cracks. We've got all the metal parts over here. We have gotten rid of all the rust and preserved the original finish, what was left of it, on all the parts. So now we're ready to reassemble this, and I've already done a video on assembling and disassembling an Enfield, so I'm not going to film all that. But once I get this all fitted back together again, we'll take a look at it, and that way we can compare it to what we started with. So I'll get started on putting this back together, and I'll bring you back once I got everything pieced back together. Alright, so this rifle is now finished and ready to go back to the customer. And if you watch the beginning of this video, you'll realize just how much work was done to this thing to get it looking the way it is now. Everything is now serviceable. It's actually got a half decent bore for one of these. It's got some pitting, but the rifling's still good. I think it'll probably shoot just fine. It shot fine for test firing. All of the filth is gone, and there was quite a lot of that. So, what all did we get repaired? Well, this is obviously a new buttstock, but it's now tight in the socket as it's supposed to be. No movement, no cracks, and took the stock disc off of the other stock and inletted it in here, so it's got the proper stock disc. There's no movement here anymore. The action is no longer loose in the stock. We repaired all the cracks, the major cracks. Here there was a big crack. Both of these were cracked. That's been repaired. They're now tight on there. Cleaned this wood all up, got all the cosmoline out of it, and re-oiled it with boiled linseed oil. Still got gouges and stuff, but once wood's gone, you can't make it magically reappear. But it sure looks a lot better than it did before. So, let's see, we fixed all the wood, got the buttstock, new buttstock on, replaced the spring that goes on the buttstock bolt in here because it was missing. Put a new sear spring in it. The sear spring that was in it was just about gone. The upper handguard here, we got a new one, and even the new one I had to repair, but the new one wasn't cracked nearly as bad as the one that was on it. The one that was on it was cracked all the way through. It fell apart when I took it off. The barrel band, we replaced the barrel band and the screw. The barrel band screw was stripped out, and somebody had put a screw in there and pounded it over on the end. That's all been replaced. Got the proper band and screw now. We replaced this with the proper screw. It had a panhead screw stuck in there. Luckily they didn't damage the threads. It was the correct threads, but it had a big panhead on it instead of being a countersunk machine screw like it's supposed to be there. So yeah, everything is nice and clean. No cosmoline. We've saved every bit of original finish that was there. And for a rifle that is well over 100 years old, she is in pretty good shape now. Certainly able to be fired, taken to the range, and had a good time with. So that'll be it for this video. I'm going to get this thing boxed up and ready to ship back to the customer. And hopefully y'all have enjoyed this video and support the channel, and we appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one.